It is not fair for him to be in that weight class. They need to calibrate them scales. We don't know how he makes that weight. All stuff. There is some kind of trickery going on in boxing that nobody wants to talk about.
Ooh, he had beaten once before in a controversial fight where Tszyu was bleeding very badly. And before he fought him in a rematch, Tszyu had been knocked out. So he beats Tszyu, and then he beats, Thurman, who's been very inactive, moved up in weight, and was a huge underdog for those reasons.
Do you want to be undisputed, or what's your ultimate goal in the ring?
There was an idea of becoming undisputed at one time, but as of right now, it's so much politics. Look with the WBO. I was a very unified champion, but all these things that don't line up with us, you can't. It's a business as well. So if you're not going to work with me, I can't really work with you either. So
boxing insiders have raised concerns about Sebastian Fundora, accusing him of using questionable tactics in his fight against Keith Thurman. Rolando Romero also weighed in, arguing that Fundora doesn't belong in that weight class. He hinted at hidden strategies in boxing that many are afraid to call out, sparking intense debate across the sport.
Think about the sustained beatings that he passes out. When he fights, it's the way he gets on top of people and just destroys them.
Man, he over there trying to chop everybody's head off. I'm telling you like this, man. I sit there, man. I just look. I'm like, there's no way. Like you gotta go over there and just like boom, right on the top like that, right? Hope for the best,
A fan on X didn't hold back, calling Fundora an unfair cheat code and suggesting that if fighters at 154 pounds avoided him, it would be understandable. The fan argued that his height alone makes the matchup unfair. Meanwhile, Thurman's visibly damaged face led to speculation online, with some questioning whether standard gloves and punching power could have caused such injuries. Despite the damage, Thurman reportedly disagreed with the referee's decision to stop the fight.
That conditioning, he's a volume puncher, and I think it's just that little bit of a press that he was putting on that let that referee feel the way that he felt to jump in. But he was pressing, he was opening up, he was starting to throw wide, and that's where the veteran has an opportunity to shine. I'm telling you, man, the fans were loving it, the action was getting real. There was no need to just stop it right then and right there, but once again, I'm not that beat up. I can fight more, and we'll see what happens, man. But it was a good fight. I wanted a great fight, and I think if it went just a few more minutes, something great would happen. Or maybe I would have got dropped, and then, at the end of the day, I can accept.
Reports suggest that Fundora has little interest in chasing undisputed status. Instead, he is said to prefer staying aligned with the World Boxing Council, believing other sanctioning bodies may not offer him the same level of protection. This strategy appears to prioritize stability over broader championship ambitions.
I'm comfy with the WBC. I still think I'm recognized as the best. I think I'm the best. So, let's just make these.
Another fan on X criticized Fundora harshly, accusing him of hiding behind a calm and polite demeanor while allegedly engaging in questionable behavior. The comment added fuel to ongoing criticism within boxing circles. In response, Fundora has maintained that his success is purely the result of intense preparation, stating that months of training since August allowed him to deliver such a dominant performance against Thurman.
Happy with my performance, of course. I think it was a great performance. Just a lot of training in this camp. We've been training for him since August of last year. So, it was unfortunate that we couldn't fight in October, but we stay training. We stay getting ready for this former Hall of Famer and show tonight. I take my hat off to Keith. Of course, he's a great former champion. Like I said, a future Hall of Famer for sure. But no, we trained very hard for this fight, and we made sure that we crossed our T's and dotted our I's, so that performance from him wouldn't be nothing for us to nothing crazy for us to handle. I'm very comfortable with the WBC. I've been saying this over and over again. I'll fight these guys. I'll unify with these guys, but I'll probably drop the belt right after.
Veteran voice Bernie the boxer questioned Fundora's opponent selection, arguing that he had better options available. According to him, choosing Thurman created a mismatch that heavily favored Fundora, making the outcome feel almost inevitable due to the clear physical and stylistic advantages.
Keith Thurman, bludgeoned, battered, bruised, didn't knock him down, but did everything else. Man, talk to us about the matchup.
Keith Thurman had a hill to climb. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing with Fundora. And man, that layoff didn't help him. Man, like I was just telling my boy Ramon, I was thinking he should have fought old boy first. Should have fought Charlo first. I would like to see that first. Maybe scrap the whole thing. You know, they tried to make this thing twice and it didn't go. So I think they Fundora should have been held up. He should have been put with somebody else. Even though I think he hurt himself the second time. So the first time Keith Thurman hurt himself, and then the second time, boom, you know, boy hurt himself. But it was a good fight, man. Keith Thurman, he showed his heart, he showed his guts. You know what I'm saying? He landed some shots in between, and you know, but they didn't face Fundora.
Allegations surrounding Fundora aren't entirely new. Trainer Teddy Atlas referenced Fundora's earlier bout with Tim Tszyu, where Tszyu suffered a severe cut that affected his vision. At the time, some fans also questioned whether Fundora's gloves or tactics played a role, adding to ongoing suspicions.
Fundora. But before we go too crazy, remember the guys that he's beaten recently. He beat Costas, he beat, what's his name, Zoo. He beat Zoo, who he had beaten once before in a controversial fight where Zoo was bleeding very badly. And before he fought him in a rematch, Zoo had been knocked out. So he beats Zoo, and then he beats, you know, Thurman, who's been very inactive, moved up in weight, and was a huge underdog for those reasons. So let him beat somebody, maybe a little bit of a higher level of thought before you go too.
Jose Benavidez Sr. also spoke out following Fundora's TKO victory over Thurman. He emphasized Fundora's youth and extreme height advantage, arguing that Thurman's long inactivity and declining form made this an unbalanced and poorly matched fight from start.
To be honest, I already kind of knew that, you know, Fundora super young right now, super tall, and Keith Thurman, you know, at the end of the day, you know, he was a great fighter, he was a good fighter, but he had a lot of tough fights, but, you know, I thought Keith was going to give him a little bit of trouble, you know, and take him to deep waters and test him a little bit. But, you know, when Fundora threw the right hand the first time, he kind of got him, and, you know, that's when like, oh, man, you know, Fundora, I think it's too much for him. Fundora looked really good. He used his distance, his body shots, and straight punches and everything. I think, in my opinion, he looked really good. And Keith Thurman, you know, he tried. And it was a great stoppage, in my opinion, you know, it's good. You know, when they stopped the fight and I saw his face, I was like, damn, you know, it was a good stop.
One fan summed up the sentiment online by calling the fight mismatched from the beginning and even worse in reality, reflecting growing frustration among viewers. Meanwhile, Chris Algieri provided a technical breakdown of Fundora's performance. He highlighted Fundora's unusual ability to land short uppercuts from long range, describing him as a highly dangerous and unconventional fighter. Algieri noted Thurman's decline, slower movement, inactivity, and difficulty handling Fundora's 80-inch reach. He also pointed out how Fundora has evolved from an awkward early career fighter into a composed, confident boxer who now relies heavily on his jab, throwing around 44 per round in this fight. According to Algieri, Fundora controlled the bout with minimal effort, sticking to a simple but effective game plan until the stoppage.